How many semi-trucks drive down your street? And why do they call them semi-trucks when they're the most trucks? Hello, welcome back to Learning Curves. I'm Anastasia, and today I want to talk to you about my favorite thing about pregnancy, aside from having a human, and that is pregnancy clothes, maternity clothes. I mentioned in my video last week where I talked about the second trimester that they are my favorite thing about pregnancy, which I also just said now. I mentioned how much I love them, and in my video before that, I talked the entire time about my postpartum body because I am currently 6 months postpartum. In fact, this afternoon, I have my baby's 6-month postpartum checkup. Get out of here. She's a daycare. Figuring out what clothes you need for pregnancy and postpartum is really hard. Not only is your body changing all the time, but your tastes are different. You don't know what your body is going to look like, especially if this is your first pregnancy. But even if it's not, your body might be different this pregnancy than a previous pregnancy. There are so many variables. I'm going to tell you how I figure out what I need and how you can try and figure out what you need. I'm sure you can find a lot of videos out there about garments, specific garments that people recommend for maternity wear or brands that they like. In this video, I'm going to sort of focus more on how to figure out the garments that you need. Is garments an old lady word? Do I sound old lady saying garments? We're gonna go head to toe, pregnancy, postpartum, garment, old lady word, clothing, what you need for your body. Stop with everything. I'll link a bunch of these in the description box below. Look for sales, look for coupons. Pregnant ladies buy stuff. There are so many companies that want your money that you can find sales. You can find sales. I've gotten 40% off, 50% off, buy one, get one free. There are a lot of sales all over the place. Get a sale or get a gift. Tell people that's what you want. But also they can just get you other things that you want and you can get these things on sale. Also, they could get them on sale. Head to toe, let's go. So let's start with your head. During pregnancy, you have the most thick, beautiful, lush hair of your life. It feels like you never lose a strand of hair on your head. And then postpartum, for me, it was about 3 months postpartum. It all falls out and catches up with you. You can kind of actually see all my like baby hairs. Look at this. Because I'm 6 months postpartum now, so you know, it all fell out at 3 months postpartum, and this is now coming back here. Anyway, so for the purpose of the video, starting head to toe, maybe get some thicker hair ties. I don't know, you're gonna be fine. But then postpartum, if you are thinking about chopping your hair off, go for it, because this monstrous mane is all over my home. I could have made a carpet with the hair that has fallen out of this head because my hair's so long. So moving down the body, next I want to talk about your chesticles. That's weird. Most women experience significant breast changes in pregnancy. Whether you intend to breastfeed or not, your breasts are going to be prepared for it. So most women do experience breast change. If you don't, that doesn't necessarily mean you're going to have issues breastfeeding, but I do not experience significant change in my breasts in pregnancy, and I have had supply issues. That can be a whole other video if people want to see me cry on camera. Here's the deal. If you're not going to be breastfeeding postpartum, I do recommend a soft bra that will grow with your body during pregnancy, but you don't need the clasps that unhook for nursing later. If you are planning to breastfeed, I super recommend that you get nursing bras now. They're meant to grow and flex with your breasts, whether they are full of milk and then you've just fed a baby and they're not, or as your breasts are growing through pregnancy. But if you are planning to pump, I do a lot of pumping. With my first, I exclusively pumped for most of the postpartum period, long story. And now I pump during the workday. This pregnancy, I was introduced to Kindred Bravely's all-in-one pumping bras. Here's the deal. Nursing bras, maternity bras are not super flattering for your breasts. They're not. You feel saggier and you don't feel as like, oh, what? I'm just this little nubile I just got these boobs here. You don't feel like that. You feel like grandma boobs your knees. It's not great. The comfort for me is so much more worth it. And your body's got enough going on. The only downside to these Kindred Bravely bras, so the deal is they have 2 flaps on them. Like they've got one that is the full breast cover, pop that down, and the other one has a hole where you can put the pumping part through. So you unhook that, put your pumping part through, rehook that, and they're on both sides. So you just, I've already got my bra on. This is all I do, and a pump, and it's easy. Just try, it's easy. But all of that extra fabric kind of makes your breast shape a little weird, and it's like, what are those, what's that lump stuff going on? It doesn't look lumpy, but it doesn't look like, I'm working from home. There aren't a lot of people who are seeing my breasts, so when I'm working, I'm almost definitely wearing one of those. With my first pregnancy, I worked postpartum then too, and I used the Bravado pumping bra attachment. It's just an attachment that like hooks on, but it's got those holes where you put the pumping parts through. That was fine, but there's a separate piece of fabric that you have to buy, and it only clasps with that same bra brand. I used it with other bras, but it doesn't clasp. You have to just kind of hook it on there because the clasps are different. And then I also used I got the Madela pumping bra. That one I found was really hard to get the flanges through. The flange is the part that goes on your nipple. And then I also tried the Lansinoh pumping bra. That one is fine, but you have to take your entire other bra off and put this on. It's strapless, so you can just like put it under your shirt, but it's a whole thing. This Kindred Bravely all-in-one pumping bra, so good. They also have a tank top, but I find that one, I don't know, the all-in-one thing there I don't love, but like the belly part is attached to the bra part. I don't know, not for me. And then for sleeping, I have some sleep bras that I really enjoyed in pregnancy that held my breasts to my body well, but also had a lot of stretch in them. But I have bras that I bought for pregnancy that also work great for sleep bras. You can tell from the time clock I'm cutting this in separately. I completely forgot to mention I just bought 4 bras from Bamboobies. The website is super dated. The brand name is a pun, which I love, but also boobies, whatever. But it's bamboo fabric. They are so soft, and so far I am loving them. I wanted to get bras that kind of looked like sports bras, but I didn't feel weird about you seeing the bra, but that they also were nursing bras. So this guy is a nursing bra. So it's got that tap, but this is their super strappy. There you go. It's usually easier than that. Super strappy one. Can you see that? And then they have a yoga bra. The under bust fit, I was really worried about because you want that to fit, right? And it felt loose, but the fabric has just held on really well, and I super recommend them. Get you some Bamboobies. Next up are tops. There are kind of 2 styles of maternity tops. You can either get with ruching on the side, or sort of baby doll, where it, is regular to just under your bust and then it sort of bows out. Those often are going to be longer in the front than they are in the back. So neither of these are really options that you can also wear postpartum. That said, the sort of baby doll version is more likely to work postpartum. It just depends on how flowy or structured it is, whether you're going to see how much extra space there is in the front or the back. I haven't really found tops that work both for pregnancy and postpartum. Both pregnancies, I lived in Gap tees. They're ruched on the side. I did the V-neck, the crew, short sleeve, long sleeve. I lived in them. I got 40% off coupon and I bought a bunch. Shipping is not fun, takes forever, unless you want to pay for it, which I didn't. But I lived in those. I thought they were great. I thought they were soft. This is easy. And then I would layer over cardigans or other open front things that I already had, or some that I bought that you can wear those postpartum, like any sweater, cardigan, granddad cardigan, whatever. You can wear all that stuff postpartum. And those can be really helpful for breastfeeding. Yeah, that's kind of it for tops. There are a couple other brands I've bought tops from, but nothing really that I loved. I just lived in those Gap tops. So moving down, I'm going to talk about pants or bottoms in a minute, but first I want to talk about belly support. Pregnancy is a great time to start listening to your body, because in labor, your body's going to tell you everything you need to know. But in pregnancy, it also can be really helpful. And I would go on walks. Walks are really great for your health in general, but especially in pregnancy. And as I was going for walks, I felt like I had to hold my belly up. And so I ended up buying a belly support. I didn't find a particular kind that I super loved, but I think, whatever you get's gonna be fine. My mom got this like crazy deal at Target on a piece of fabric that was just sort of stretchy, that you just put on, kind of like a skirt that you wore higher, and that was fine. I had one that I liked a little better that had some structure to it that I gifted to another mom between my pregnancies. And it velcroed but was stretchy, and it just kind of, you just wrapped it around. I used to have my husband kind of pull it tight around me before we'd go on walks together, before we had kids, when we had time to do that. But yeah, lots of styles for those. If your belly's feeling hurty and pulley, get you one of those. Talk to your care providers also about all of this. Don't do anything that feels medical without talking to them. Please, thanks. Underwear. For pregnancy, as soon as my belly started growing, I started getting really annoyed. It just felt weird about how my underwear would like bunch under, the front of my underwear would bunch under my belly, because usually my underwear would come up a little, you know, not like above my belly button, but I mean now sometimes it does. Your belly starts so low that I ended up buying a 5-pack of this underwear, and I wish I would have gotten more, that comes down in the front. But by the time that I wish I had more of them, my belly's so big that I'm like, I'm only gonna be pregnant for another month, and that's 28 days. And then I end up being pregnant for a month and a half, and I should have just went ahead and bought it. But for pregnancy, I like the underwear that comes down in the front. For postpartum, I like underwear sometimes that comes up higher and has some support, specifically when I'm just laying around the house for those first 2 to 12 weeks. They're kind of more grandma undies, but they also have a liner in them that I don't care about, the kind of grandma undies that I'm really not going to be wearing a lot unless I'm feeling sick. I don't care about staining or whatever, you know. I had 2 different types of this sort of postpartum underwear that I bought. One type kind of had a little bit more support, and I liked those better than the other type, so I'll link the one I liked. And I guess I'll link the one I didn't like, but say don't get these. I would be interested if anybody has bought period underwear and used that postpartum. Comment below, tell me about that, because I thought about doing that this time postpartum, like buying those Thinks or whatever and using those, but I didn't end up doing that. When it comes to bottoms, the thing you want to consider is what kind of waistband you want. There are really 3 kinds of waistbands. There's full panel that comes all the way around your front and back over the belly. There's high-low, where it comes above the belly in the front and goes low in the back. And then there's underbelly, where it goes under your belly. Personally, I didn't like underbelly stuff. I think maybe because I'm a fuller figured woman, that maybe that's why I didn't enjoy it. But I felt like they didn't stay on very well, and I felt more exposed, and I didn't like it. And then full panel, I felt like the back always had some extra bulk, so I didn't really love that. My favorite was really that high-low. There was one brand I found that introduced me to that, and I bought all the things, and that's ISABEL Maternity at Target, which is fun because my first baby, her name is Isabel, and that's not where I got it, but anyway. I got 2 pairs of leggings and 2 pairs of jeans from them. I love them. But for my second pregnancy, I was at home. This was COVID times. You know, we were all quarantining. I didn't want to wear denim, even if it was maternity denim pants. Plus, most of my pregnancy was in the spring and summer, so I wanted shorts or things that felt more movie. It's really hard to find maternity leggings with pockets, which I don't understand why, because if you're having a baby, you like babies, maybe you've got another baby, and moms need pockets. Moms need pockets. Moms need pockets. So I tried Fabletics leggings. They were one of the only types of maternity leggings I could find with pockets. They were fine. I didn't like how the fabric was not super breathable, and they didn't really stay up. I had to pull them up a lot, which I hear is not the case with Fabletics usually. In fact, I am currently wearing Fabletics biker shorts, which do have pockets, and I enjoy them thoroughly for postpartum. But for pregnancy, I didn't super love it. I did invest in those blankie pants, BLANQI. Those Instagram ads got me. They are buttery soft. They pill, and they get caught on stuff. So, you know, in the winter when your skin's kind of dry, how it feels like you have like Velcro skin, it sticks to stuff. It's kind of like that, but it's really buttery and smooth on the inside, and they're warm, and I do like those. And I lived in those bike shorts for pregnancy a lot. No pockets, but it was fine. I bought a pair of the pants for postpartum because they do have belly support, and that is important postpartum. We'll talk about that in another video. Then as we move down the body, socks. I do really recommend compression socks. As I mentioned in my second trimester video, I was introduced to compression socks this second pregnancy, and they are a game changer. And then shoes. Your feet do get larger in pregnancy. Most people's feet get larger. Mine didn't, actually. So I wonder if it's related to breast growth. I recommend slip-on and zip up. I had boots that zipped up that I still made my husband zip up towards the end of my pregnancy. Shoes that tie, fool's errand. I made my husband put my shoes on for like the entire second half of each of my pregnancies. Slip-on shoes are so easy, even postpartum. You know, if I'm helping somebody go to sleep for a nap, or if I'm taking a nap, or cuddling places, I just feel like slip-on is so convenient on and off, whether they be flip-flops or shoes that you just don't tie. Here's the deal. Maternity wear, postpartum wear can be really expensive. Because we're pregnant for such a short amount of time, the clothes that we wear don't get worn a lot, which both means that maybe we shouldn't be spending a whole lot of money on a huge pregnancy wardrobe, but also means there are other people who do buy pregnancy clothes and then sell them and they haven't worn the clothes a lot. So you can easily buy secondhand. My only recommendations to you would be not to buy everything at once. One, because you don't know how your body's gonna change, but also because as my body got bigger, I wanted to celebrate it later on, and I wanted to get it new things. If I had already spent a whole lot of money up front, then it's like, well, I don't feel like I can get something new now. You know, but for special occasions and whatnot, I super recommend secondhand. Whew! How long did I edit that down to? Ugh, this was 40 minutes of recording. That's a lot. I hope you found some helpful information in here. If you did, let me know in the comments what was helpful. And if you didn't, let me know in the comments that you still care. Please be nice. That's it for this one. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please like this video and subscribe. Subscribe to my channel. Let's have some fun. Let's talk about mom things. And I know I've done a lot of mom videos in a row, but I still have some other content that I'm planning on sharing. This isn't going to exclusively be a mom channel. Okay, that's it for real now. Okay, bye.